Hi, I'm Lizzie. I'm an energy healer, a Reiki master teacher, a practitioner of many modalities, and I'm kind of known for my practical approach to spirituality, for integrating the magical into the practical and the practical into the magical. My website is magicisreal.org, and that's my practice. Magic is real. The purpose of this video and this video series is to give a guide, a practical guide to divination. Divination is asking for and receiving information from beyond our known, seen, like physically tangible experience. So for the context of this class, we're talking about asking for information from our higher self, the version of us, the dimension of us that is more directly and fluidly connected to the beyond, to spirit, to the universe, to the divine, whatever language you use to describe the intelligence of our universe. Now, if you are already comfortable communicating beyond your higher self with guides, angels, ascended masters, etc., you can use the tools that you're going to learn in this series to support that communication. But I am going to teach with the language of the higher self, and you can always ask your guides to communicate through your higher self. So if divination is asking for and receiving information from beyond what's normally accessible to you, there are different ways to do that. When you develop strong enough tools and trust, you can just kind of ask and intuit. But what I'm going to be showing you are some tools that you can use to help develop that intuition and trust and that relationship that you have with yourself. So we're going to look at pendulum first, and then we're going to look at your inner pendulum, and then we will get to oracle cards. So part one of this series is this video: what is divination? What is a practical approach to divination? Why do we do it? How do we do it? And then part two is basic pendulum use. Part three is your inner pendulum. Part four is oracle cards. Part five will be advanced pendulum, and who knows what may come beyond that. The biggest pitfall during divination is hoping for an answer. So usually we come to divination, we ask questions because we want answers. And so the first step is always to get neutral, to ask your question from a neutral place, and to inspect why you might not be neutral, and to really understand those aspects of what's going on within you. If you are having a hard time getting neutral, then the best thing that you can do is understand why. Number one rule is get neutral. Number two rule, don't ask predictive questions, okay? There are things written in the stars for us, for sure. There are things meant for you in this life, but the form that they take in your physical experience is very much based on the choices you make, the actions you take, the things that you say, do, the places you go, and the choices, actions, words of the people around you, right? So there are certain things that are definitely meant to be, and we can't predict exactly how they will turn out. Now, if you have a strong psychic sense, you can absolutely tune into timelines and possibilities. And this is where it gets confusing. Just because you have access to a timeline and a possibility doesn't mean that that is what is going to occur. So I preach, please don't ask predictive questions. Use your predictive question as an intro to find the real question that has to do with your soul alignment. So if the predictive question is, will I get this job? Or, yeah, let's go with that. Will I get this job? The question you need to know the answer to is not, will I get this job? That's kind of surface level. The questions are, it could be, what do I need to know about this job? What would it mean for me to get this job? Is there something that I need to do? Is there something that I need to sacrifice? Is there something that I need to be aware of in order to get this job? Is it possible that getting this job is not what I think it's going to be? Like, is this job all that I think it is? Or why do I want this job so badly? Is this job in alignment with my soul purpose? Does this job help to get me where I want to go? Is this job the only way to get there? Are there other ways? You see how this one question, will I get this job, actually leads to many, many more informative questions that help you understand where you are now and where you want to be and how you're going to get there. So, right now, go ahead and take your most present question and write it down. And then pause the video and write down all of the questions you can think of that surround that question. Go ahead, set that aside for now. The next thing I want to teach you is the meditation visualization, which is step one for any divination practice. First, I'm going to give you the bones of this meditation, and then I'll lead you through it. So, the structure of this meditation is that you connect yourself with the earth, you connect yourself with the sky, you bring the earth and the sky together in your heart. This is what I call lovingly and a little bit jokingly the ego killer meditation. And what it does is it just sets your heart forward, higher self in the front seat and sends your ego to the back seat, right? So it just does that little bit of transition that puts you in the proper place to ask and receive. So the short version of this would be a big breath into the earth, feeling the earth, imagining the earth, bringing that earth energy up into the heart. A big breath into the sky, thinking of the sky, imagining the sky's energy coming down into your field, into your body, bringing that sky energy into the heart. And then a big breath into the heart, feeling the heart expand. So that's the very short version. You can do it in 3 breaths once you're used to it and you know what those feelings are and you can call on them instantly. It's as simple as 3 breaths. But I'm going to lead you through a longer, more descriptive version of that meditation. So go ahead and get yourself ready. Get into a comfortable position. Ideally, your back straight, like sitting with your feet on the floor and your back straight. And go ahead and let your eyes close. And just take a few breaths, just normal breaths, to become aware of your breath, to get present in your body. And begin to bring your awareness down in your body into your seat, into your root. And bringing your awareness all the way down into the earth as you breathe. And establishing a connection, maybe thinking of it as a loop between your heart and the core of the earth. And so breathing that connection into the heart, down into the earth, and just breathe in that loop for a little while. And once you feel linked into that connection, Feeling the earth's energy present in your heart. Just breathe into the heart for a moment, feeling what it is to have the earth in your heart. Feeling yourself rooted in, and maybe imagining roots growing from your body, from your hips, from your tailbone, from your feet. Imagining those roots growing all the way into the earth. Feeling the earth in your heart. And then allowing that sturdiness in your heart. And then allowing that heart feeling that you have now to open. And beginning to bring your breath up and your awareness up into the sky above. Opening up to that great, big, vast, unknowable sky, the great mystery. The stars, the planets, the solar systems and galaxies. Perhaps an individual star or planet that you feel connection to. And your soul star, the chakra that's actually above your head. And feeling all that beautiful sky energy begin to come down through the soul star, through the crown, into your field, your energy field, making its way into your body, into your heart. Breathing that sky energy, that great mystery into your heart, and feeling the sky energy, Father Sky energy and Mother Earth energy come together in your heart. Feeling that alchemy, that dance, that togetherness, and opening the heart, allowing the heart to expand. And just breathing into that space, into that heart, into that feeling in your body. For a few more breaths. And do you feel now, as you open your eyes and begin to slowly and gently come back, retaining that feeling in your heart, do you feel how your ego has been set back a little bit? Your wisdom is more present. Your awareness is a little keener. We always do this practice in long or short form before doing any kind of divination because it helps to set your ego aside and stop it from manipulating the response that you're going to interpret in your divination. The whole point of divination is to get more in touch with you, to become clearer on the truth that you know deep within. So what not to do? We don't want to hope for an answer. We don't want to manipulate an answer. So we get neutral. We set our ego in the back seat and bring our higher self forward through our heart. And we get clear on what are the answers that we really need. What are the questions that we really want to ask? Asking and answering these questions is what brings you more in touch with yourself. Now, for oracle cards or your own channeling, you might be fine with an open-ended question. For pendulum work, you want to come up with yes or no questions, which just helps you get even further defined on what it is you're really asking and wanting to know. So, take that list of questions that you asked and pull the yes-no questions and see if there are more yes-no questions that you can develop. And then join me for part 2 and we will learn how to use the pendulum.